Fog Entertainment back to rank every main character death in The Walking Dead. Probably not everyone's here, but you know what, brother, we're going to give it our best shot.
I think the main death was when the show died because it's absolutely shit. But here we are, guys, talking about it, so let's go. Let's get stuck in.
Aye, and we're going from left to right. Boom, boom, you don't like it, fuck off. And number 1 is Carl Grimes. I believe that is his bite mark, so that is exactly... Is it his bite mark?
How are we supposed to know whose death that is? It's literally a fucking picture of a body.
But see, there's a bite mark there. Right, you know what? Fuck the bite mark. We'll kick off with Abraham. Everyone knows this death, man. He's the... You're all going to be doing that. Good night, Negan caves his skull in.
You know what's this? S.
Yeah.
Right? It has to be. I mean, probably it's the only time Abraham will get near an S category. And literally, it could have battered anyone's head and it would have been going an S. Right? So Abraham's just lucky that Negan wanted to work with him, I guess.
Guess you're goddamn right. And Glenn's death. Well, we will jump straight back into him again.
I'd say A.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as Abraham's.
No, because it's just second. It can't be as good.
Yeah, the anticipation.
But don't get me wrong, it was a fucking surprise.
Yep.
At least I know you're expecting the Negan one because he said the first one because he said he's going to do it. The second one was a bit more of a surprise, but I mean, even when he started doing it, the fact he'd just seen him kill someone the way he did, and then he done it the same way, it's just not. I mean, it's just not the same. Like, so, I mean,
it's just not the same. Just
not the same.
Not the same there. Right, next up, we can date in any order. I couldn't give a shit.
Are you just picking random shit here or what?
Well, see, I'm doing the ones I know. Right, next up we've got Dale. Well, I know quite a lot of them,
So
but that one to the left, I'll admit, I fucking...
Can we just go from left to right, and if you don't know it, we'll skip it? Like we normally do?
Right, Alpha.
Because if you're just going with all the ones you know, you're going to be putting them on the S and A category.
No, I'm not.
And then the ones you don't know are going to be shit.
Well, this fucking Sasha's death, man. I'm going to stick her on the S, am I?
Alpha, right.
This was pish.
First of all...
Even though by this stage we couldn't give a fuck.
First of all, right, I just don't feel comfortable with a woman the size she was being the alpha and a guy the size of Opie being the beta. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me, right? I mean, you can say it's... How's he a beta when he's second in fucking command? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, a beta boy is like a wimp, someone that, you know, is like a slave.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense for him to be beta. What was the next person in line called? Fucking Charlie?
Delta.
Yeah.
Echo.
You know, I don't get it, right? I don't, and the death, I mean, was pretty quick. Negan befriending her just to, is that his way to earn his way back in with the group? Since when's Negan a nice guy? Why does he even want to be part of the group?
I know, they just locked him up for 9 years.
Like, what, I just found it very lackluster that, I remember when they were coming into it, everyone, especially, shout out to Trev's Chan on YouTube. Big Trev Chan, big out of proportion Trev Chan, but he likes Trump, so he's a good guy. I remember he was talking about the Whispers and how, like, they're the greatest, they're the best part of the comics, blah, blah, blah. And see when these people say that, you begin to get a bit of an expectation, you know, and then they come in, it's just disappointing. So, you know.
I know.
I preferred at the start when they were, like, different from the comics. See the fact they kept Shane alive and he dies straight in the comics, to me, you don't know what you're getting. Then at the start, you've got, like, Darrow and Meryl in it, and they're not in the comics, so you're getting...
Exactly.
It's like, you know, you're getting, like, fresh stuff. I think by the time they got past... by the time they get to... What's that? Alexandria?
You know what's happening.
I think they go pretty much...
Yeah.
To the script of the comics, and it's like, shit. But yeah, underwhelming death. I mean, just cuts her head off and it sticks it on a pike.
I'm going to put it in D. You know why? Because, I mean, this is, like, one of the main bosses of the last couple of seasons. And that's it. That's it. That's your whack. Oh, this big hyped up group, and she just goes out like that.
Plus, it didn't make any sense, right? Because she killed like 8 members of the group or whatever, or 16, whatever it was. And then it should be the Alexandria group that get their revenge on her. But instead, it was Negan that kills her. And it's like, Negan didn't care about the 8 people that she stuck their heads on pikes.
I know.
It just doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean?
Garbage. Right, next up we have...
No, but it'd be like someone killing Carl. You'd expect Rick to be the one that kills them in revenge.
Oh, yeah.
And then it'd be like, a different group came and, you know, got revenge for Carl. I'd be like, what? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, yeah, that's what it is.
It is what it is. Right, next up we've got the woman who was with the guy who got Rick sliced his throat and had the two kids. Died during No Way Out. Just get
Oh, her? What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
Emily?
It might be. I mean, you don't would have said her name if I fucking knew it. See?
Oh, alright.
Oops, I can see. Maybe that's a wee bit too high, guys.
You anything to add to it? No?
It was alright. Like, it was just your generic Walker horde death.
Does Rick not cut her hand off?
Aye, she's holding on the car, isn't she?
Hmm.
When he gets the hatchet. I will stick it and see. I mean, a jobber fucking character with a no bad death. I think that's probably the best way to.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, well, you're the Walking Dead man over here, you big mark. Right, next up with Andrea gets bit by Milton. Shoots herself. Good night. I think. Kind of just summed up a bit of a lackluster finale for the season.
Yeah, I mean, people could say season 3 was great, but.
If season 3 ended with Too Far Gone, it would have been so much fucking better.
Why didn't it?
I know. You see, I say, I feel like fuck all happened in The Walking Dead.
I think if season 3 ends with Too Far Gone, it's undeniable. Season 3's the best season.
Yep.
But I think when the finale is shit as that was, then to me it just doesn't make any sense. Then the governor takes out his entire group, then he has to go and find a new group to come. But he's got a tank. I mean who cares? Tank fucking.
Right, where's Andrea going?
A tank that fucking Daryl takes it. We want to get. Who do you think? Yes, Solid Snake.
She going in to see.
By his own.
Taking out was his name Raven?
Put
her in there. Fair enough. Right, next up with Beth's death. Ho ho, the police group for Atlanta.
I'm putting this behind
Alpha. Yep, fucking absolute
I
garbage.
mean, this was terrible. They finally find her and she stabs the doctor.
Yeah.
Why did she stab her?
I know, like I never really got this, and then it's like what they made it. It was just a reflex.
Kinda.
That she shot her.
And then they killed the policewoman. It's like, she didn't really mean it, did she?
I know it. And then the group just shit themselves and accept it.
I know, that's police officers. Would they not be like, fucking, hold on here, in what world would you shoot a police officer dead? And his fucking, comrades or whatever just stand there and be like, ah, well.
The Walking Dead world. Next up, though, with Bob. I believe this is Bob.
Bob gets bit underneath the water.
You're eating tainted meat, son.
Yeah, but did they ever, like, disclose that? Did they ever, like, if you eat tainted meat, you turn? I don't think you do.
No, I think it was just a load of shit. It kind of just freaked them out at the time. I mean, this was alright, like, but it was better in The Wire. Big Bob, and I'll stick him in. Stick him in here.
Okay.
Is that harsh?
I'd put him behind.
Andrea? Alright, fuck, I didn't know. Oh, Bob, where you going? Bob for B, brother. Right, next, this is Carl.
Hard to see Bob in that black background, though. So, from my angle.
Aye.
Anyway.
It's hard to see fucking a lot of these. But there's...
very dark.
Right, who's this on the left here? Because I'm looking at it, looks like it's 2 bite marks. I think it's someone who got bit.
You know what, we'll leave him to the end, then we'll...
No. This one's Carl's death. He's helping that, I think it's Sadiq. And he just gets bit by a walker. And then he writes the list, and then we've got Rick and Negan talking over the walkie-talkies, but I'm going to kill you, and he doesn't even kill him in the end. Fucking pish.
Is this Carl's death?
Yes.
D.
In here. Right, next up, Dale. Carl, responsible for this guy's death, gets his intestines ripped out. See you later, brother. Good night.
It's like, it just didn't make much sense to me that one zombie could literally rip into his stomach and pull his intestines out.
Yeah, it's like the only instance we saw this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of another where we've seen a zombie. Like maybe a collection of zombies.
Like, I'm not saying you can't rip out someone's intestines with full strength, but the walkers don't have full strength.
Yeah,
we're well aware of that.
Was there not one walker that had something sharp?
I think so. Yeah, I know what you're on about. But I don't really get this, to be honest. Although I thought it was a pretty good death.
Oh, wait, I'm trying to think. Wasn't that a big guy in the prison? Was not a walker that had a bone ripped out or something?
And it sliced him.
Aye.
And they killed him.
Aye. But see, that kind of made a bit of sense, though. Even though you could argue, I mean, it's supposed to be a bite that
How many times, though, how many times has Rick been grabbed by someone, but he's never been scratched?
Exactly.
It's a load of fucking shit.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the fact that the guy got sliced open by his bone kind of makes a bit of sense. It didn't. I mean, he didn't tear him open with his fingers.
Yeah. Aye, true. Yeah, I know. A big. Aye, because bones are sharp. Like.
Although what I would say is, I think this was probably the most like meaningful death up to this stage. I mean, I think the death had an impact on the group. See, when Dale died, you legit felt as if it mattered.
Yes,
It mattered to the group, whereas I didn't really get that feeling. But see, when Jim died and Andrea's sister, I mean, obviously it fucking upset Andrea, like. And see, when Jackie's saying, I'm going to stay behind, I don't think a lot of people care. Like, Dale cared because he's a bit of a wimp and, you know, he tries to save everybody.
That's Jim.
Right, okay. Well, anyway, as for Dale, I felt like Dale's death actually...
Put it in B.
Aye. Do you agree, or...?
Yeah, so I agree. Like, I think up to that point, it was the only meaningful death.
Like, I don't think any other deaths really had much an impact on the group. I mean, no, let's be honest.
Sophia's
the only people that really cared about Otis was his fucking wife, who was a minor character that didn't get any screen time. So obviously Otis's death was a big deal for Shane, but on the actual group, let's be real, nobody really cared.
No, but see, it's great.
Rick and Laurie were more concerned about Carl surviving than they were about Otis's death.
I know, but see the scene where he shoots Andrea. I mean, it's a great scene and all. And like the build up to it, but no one really gives a shit about Andrea. Like, no, not Andrea, the kid, Sophia.
Aye.
You know, well, Dale is actually an important fucking main character, so there's that. Right, anyway.
I forgot about Sophia's death, actually.
Right, we've got Jim.
But I feel like Dale's death meant more than Sophia's.
Yeah, but the moment was better. Yeah. But Jim, he get bit in the melee at the camp, and then he get left at a tree, because and Jackie fucking ratted him.
No, it's the way she did it. Like, I'm not saying she shouldn't rat on it.
He's bit. Yeah, I know.
You know, it was the way I wanted to jump through the TV screen and fucking throttle her, but obviously you can't because it's not real and can't jump through TV screens. But, I mean, a lackluster death for Jim, you know what I mean? I did say it's... Then he gets left behind. Oh, can you... Aye, sure. Just leave him at the side of the road.
Right, like next up we'll rank these together.
Did no one say to him, look, you're going to turn here? I mean...
I know.
Well, hold on here. How could you possibly put one of these above or below the other?
I know, it's all the same. They were in a barn and they just get killed by the Whisperers, and I think this off screen they just killed a bunch of people.
For me, it's D. It's worse than that.
Yep. Bottom of D then.
At least Alpha gets killed on screen.
Bottom of D.
And I don't care, right? See, when you get killed the same way as like 8 other people, just
yeah.
You would never get important characters would never get taken out that way. They just wouldn't.
I know. Like, literally the same way. Next up with the Governor. Stabbed by Michonne, battered Rick in a fight, and then killed by that...
Well, I mean, he battered Rick in a fight, but who didn't he batter Rick in a fight, if we're being completely honest here?
No, but let's just think, right, it's not like he battered Rick, but Rick got like 20% off. He got fuck all in here.
Yeah, I mean...
I know he was shot in the leg, guys, right? I can accept
adrenaline
that.
Push through.
Aye, but did he even get a dig in?
I don't think so.
I think he tackled the Governor to the ground behind the bus, but once he did, he was...
Yeah, but this didn't kill the Governor.
Aye, then he gets shot by, I can't remember her name. That woman. Helen? I don't know.
I didn't really like that.
No.
A fucking nobody that featured in 2 episodes. Just is the one to deliver.
Again, but...
I know you could say, oh, Michonne killed him and left him for dead, kinda. But...
I actually rather the woman killing him than Rick. Because could you imagine, like, Michonne does that, and then Rick, who just got battered, gets up, gets a gun and shoots him? I wouldn't have liked that. So...
True. I mean, you could say it's the Governor that dies here, but in reality, in my opinion, the show kind of dies from this point onwards.
Exactly, so...
But I mean, great death, good fight, obviously, it happened in a fantastic episode. I'd put it in A.
Yes. Behind or in front of Glenny Boy? Put it above him, fuck it. Since Glenn's similar to Abraham. Right, next up with this Gregory guy.
That's another thing I didn't really like about Glenn is they tried to do his death like a million times. Oh, the dumpster thing. Fuck, remember that?
getting tore apart. It was the fucking guy on top of him. And how he not get scratched there?
I know that's ridiculous. I mean, absolutely. I know, realistically, like, I mean, come on.
I know. Right, next up with Gregory Helms. This guy, he was the leader of the Hilltop. He got hung.
Who hung him again, Maggie?
Aye.
Was that not, like, a bit harsh?
I know, that's...
This guy was a bit of a snake and a kiss ass for Negan, like, but... I mean, did he really deserve to
I know.
die? But I can't say his death was that memorable. Like, I'd probably put him in C.
Yeah, we'll put him...
I mean, it wasn't shite, like, but...
Put him bottom. Right, next up with Herschel, liar. Good night. No, like, this guy's like an old age pensioner. He gets his throats, like, his head is literally tilted to the attack, and he managed to crawl away for like 2 minutes. How the fuck did he do that?
Wait, what happens? Does he just crawl away then die?
No, Negan cut. No, Governor cuts
Oh,
his
aye,
head
he
off.
comes over and... Aye.
But he uses like the blunt end of the sword, doesn't he?
Aye, sorry.
If I can remember.
S for me, like, I mean,
Aye.
I mean, the whole talk. You know, we can live through this together. Liar.
Was it above Abraham or below Abraham?
Below.
Below. Right, next up with Jesus' death in the graveyard.
I can't see much. I can't see anything beating Abraham. Like,
In the misty graveyard.
I thought this was piss for poor. For the reason being is, they built up this Jesus as like an acrobatic guy. For anybody that watches Raw, he's supposed to be like the Reggie. This guy is supposed to have fucking deadly skills.
Oh, aye.
This guy's supposed to be like ninja like. And what? Some guy just stabbed him.
I know.
Um,
That he thought was a walker. I know. Ah, fucking piss, yeah. D.
Yeah, I know he thought it was a walker, but would you not change it in an instant? See, as soon as you seen the walker like evade this attack, we'd not be like, holy shit.
I know.
I guess that's why you should just never let your guard down, because...
I will put it in. Where's it going in there?
Yeah.
He's a jobber, like, but ah well. Right, next up, Laurie's death. Good night. C-section. Bled out. Carl, no, Carl.
Again, I thought it was underwhelming.
Yeah. Carl. God damn it, Carl.
Maybe C.
What was that whole gimmick with, like, the bloated zombie ate her and then Rick's answering the phone? That was weird. What?
Did that blow it some Peter?
Pretty sure it did.
I didn't think zombies had any interest in dead people.
Well, I don't know. If my memory is right, I'm pretty sure it did. Hey, so where's this going? B? Top of C?
I'd say top of C.
Fair enough. Right, next up with Merle's death. I ain't going to beg, motherfucker. Fingers bit off. Shot.
Gay episode.
S?
The fact he takes out a bunch of people just to get fucking... For it to mean nothing in the end, though, I think was a bit...
Yeah, I think that takes away from it. Like.
I'd maybe say A.
Yeah.
Maybe above the governor.
Cool action scene. Damn right. Next up, though, we've got the hunters in the church where they kind of just killed them all.
I mean, this wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, Rick with a big machete and takes them out, but I thought it was overrated. I remember Trev Chan says the first 3 out of the first 4 episodes of this was 10 out of 10. 4 walls and a roof.
And that doesn't help. It's the fact these hunters were just pish.
I know.
They
Like,
were not
how
good,
could you
like-
possibly care about them? They were in like 3 episodes.
I know.
You can't. It needs to be like at least a season character. I mean, at least a season villain.
Like, I'm not saying a character can't be built up in like 5 episodes, but like for like the group the manslaughter them. I mean, apart from the Gareth, I cannot remember one of them.
Couldn't tell you another name.
No. Where's this going? Top of C, bottom of B.
Was his mother not called Mary?
I think so.
I'd say below Laurie, no.
Fair enough. Right, next up with Sasha's death in the coffin, takes a couple of pills, comes out, attacks Negan, falls off, good night, gets shot. Awful.
Was it a surprise when it happened?
No, because you knew she was going to do it.
I'd say it's above. I'd say it's probably D. Maybe top of D.
I'll put it top of D.
You're top of D and bottom of C. You know?
Right, next up we have Rick killing Shane.
Fucking should have been all the way about. But here, great standoff between the two. Great promo, as they would say in the WWE. It was. I think, where did I put it though? Where would I put it?
The wrong guy died.
The wrong guy definitely died. Decisions. I'd probably put it bottom yes.
Alrighty, yeah, I'd say that region, top EA, bottom S. I've got no real complaints with it. But I think it's the same time, it's like, kill off a guy probably too early, to be honest.
No, but I don't think I really wouldn't take that into consideration, like, you know what I mean?
Well, I know, I'm just saying. Right, next up, though. I believe that's Sadiq, because that's Tyrese's death there, so... Sadiq,
Plus, you could say that's what properly turned Rick heel.
I guess. It made everyone kiss his ass, despite that. But anyway, I think this is Sadiq. I can't remember. Wait, does he not get poisoned by the guy at the water? Remember we watched that episode?
And he chokes him out and drowns him or something.
Aye.
Very poor. D for me. I'll put him above the heads, like, but...
Aye. Put him above the heads. Fucking not much, like, going on there. Next up, we have the Negan Trevor fight. Stephen Ugg.
I love Stephen Ugg. I think the guy's fucking great.
Yep.
I mean, I know he only appeared in Better Call
But I
Saul
feel
for
like-
like 2 minutes, but here, a good 2
I
minutes.
feel like that's a good job. I feel like a good job do it here.
I know Negan's number 2, then just kind of fight.
It's like the same with the Woodbury gimmick. Like, what the fuck? You just wipe out everyone?
He kind of kills him rather easily, doesn't he? I mean,
You know?
yeah, I like Stephen Ugg. I'd probably put this maybe behind Dale,
Yeah. I get done dirty.
or maybe C. Actually.
Well, let's be real. Like, they did not build up a lot of saviors.
They didn't,
So why
no.
couldn't this guy have been a casualty in the actual fucking war? Like, that's what gets
there was
me.
no casualty? in
They
this
kill
fucking war?
Carl. They kill this guy. I mean, like Sasha is. Well, I'm not saying she's the fucking Rock, but there's so many people that died, but it wasn't really a result of the war.
What about those people on the bikes where they get the rocket launcher? Remember them?
Yep.
Just.
Alright, next up we've got Spencer. You got no guts. Playing Pullet in the street.
I tell you what, that's
Ah,
was
made
actually,
him spaghetti.
I thought this was pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Spencer's pish, but it was really funny.
Yeah, I actually kind of like this death. I'd probably put it.
I fed him spaghetti.
I think I'd put it above the Stephen Ugg one.
Yep.
I think Dale's death is a bit more memorable.
Yes.
I'd put
Meaningful as well.
stick it in
I mean,
there.
I
I
think
mean,
you
this didn't
could
really
argue this was more memorable, but it's just not meaningful. It's just a jobber that he killed.
It's not like he was showing. Oh, he's showing Alexandra what he's willing to do, and I think he'd already showed them when he bashed in the
Aye.
fucking heads. You know what I mean? But yeah, mad.
Next up, though, last but not least, we've got Tyrese. A guy, a
No
jobber.
T-Dog on this list, no.
Nope, mustn't classify him as a major character. Awful
We've got big
death.
things for T-Dog this season.
Awful death.
Liar.
This was fucking atrocious.
Yeah,
Sneak.
sneaked up by a
Like,
kid.
I'm just not buying a guy like Tyrese would get his arm cut off and die of blood loss.
Yeah, there's people with him or something.
Yeah,
Or was he
no,
on his own?
no, sure.
They cut his
reckon,
arm off.
and then just
But-
dumped him at the side of the road. Like, if Herschel can survive his leg, then
At
I would
his
get it.
age, why can't a fit, healthy guy like Therese survive?
I know. Look at my people, like the fucking.
And you've got much more like crucial veins and arteries and stuff in your legs than you do in your arms.
Aye.
You're much more likely to survive.
But it's
Getting
just
out.
like I'm not like Merle's obviously more badass than Tyrese, but look at fucking Merle. He had to saw his own arm off. Then
Yeah, with
literally-
no help.
Yeah, and then literally
Cauterize the
the wound, and then like no
he
help
was on his
again.
own, and he was vulnerable. Could have got attacked at any time. Yet this guy had the help of the entire group. Yet, but was it not more like he gave up in life? Was it not more?
Nah, I guess you could argue that.
Did he actually die? Did they show him die, or was he just like, "You guys leave me"?
But see, there's loads of shows.
And
where
was
people-
Sasha not there at the time?
I know,
She was.
but there's loads of shows where people get limbs cut off. Like, and
Yeah, but did he actually die
yeah, he died.
before
Died.
they left? Before they parted ways, he was dead.
Yes, he did. He died of blood loss, and they buried him at the side of the road.
He wasn't even a good character. People, he
No.
might have been good in the comics. People say he was, right? But seeing this show,
He was shite.
he came in. His fucking sister could shoot a gun, and this guy couldn't do nothing. Alright, he had
I
a
remember.
hammer.
I think I remember them playing golf at Woodbury once.
Was he any good at golf?
No, it was no Tiger Woods, and that's the bottom line, guys. But that will do it for this tier list. We will
Was he not good with a hammer? Did he not?
Aye, but who cares, man?
Wait, what was there not an episode where he just went out into the middle of zombies and started hitting them all with hat? And again, he's got like that invincibility thing on him where he can't get scratched or clawed or nothing.
I know.
I've had like how many times have like a Rick, right, or a him or whatever they go into a group of zombies with a melee weapon, and they're just hitting, and nothing happens to them. Yet, fucking white shirt characters can just be walking past and sliced open, and that's you did, mate.
I mean,
I get it's a show, but I mean, come on. See if you're in the middle of a group, like, and you're surrounded by about 20 of them. I mean, realistically, you're going to get scratched or something.
No, right. But, right, there's a guy in Prison Break during the escape. He gets his hand cut off, right? And there's literally, like, I think it's like a full day before he gets it sewn back on. And he's alright. But yet I get it. Hand, arm, there's a lot more blood. But how can this guy die after like 20 minutes, but a guy can run about with no arm or no hand?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a grown man dying of blood loss because his arm got cut.
I'll put it above. Who the fuck's that?
Siddiq.
I'll put it above him. I'd say in between Siddiq and Beth.
Like, I'd say out of all the characters in the show at that time, if there was a guy to survive that,
him,
because he's fucking massive.
Yeah. Does that go against you? Being massive with more blood to lose and shit?
But then you'd say you've got more blood.
True.
Anyway, that'll do it for the main characters list, guys. We've been talking for too long. You can notice a pattern here. The earlier days of the show at the top bar, Season 7 premiere, and Negan stuff, and then the rest is just shite. So until then,
peace.